Hello everyone, this is Daryl, your Northern Vinyl guy, and I'm coming back at you with another video of vinyl finds here on YouTube. I was in Italy and Greece early in March, and upon my return I was in Timmins, Ontario, and I stopped into a couple of thrift stores. And in my previous videos, which I will leave the links to down below, I found some music from the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s. Those are all in my previous videos, along with some Canadian vinyl finds. And in this final installment from those vinyl finds from my post-trip vacation, I will be covering the 1980s and what I found in my vinyl haul there. So if you like my content, please feel free to subscribe, leave a like, and also feel free to leave some comments in the section down below. So without further ado, here's my final installment. So these are in chronological order. We got some one-hit wonders, we've got some more popular ones, and then we've got some blind buys for sure. So if you know anything about some of these blind buys, you can feel free to leave some comments in the section below, because I am unsure of who they are, but I'm going to give them a listen. Kind of excited for that. All right. So from 1980, we've got a little bit of Rocky Burnett and his album, The Son of Rock and Roll. This is a one-hit wonder, rockabilly rock and roll musician with the song Tired of Towing the Line. His father was also a rockabilly musician, Johnny Burnett, tragically died in a boating accident in 1964 at the age of 30. And so he kind of took to his father's shoes. And yeah, the song tracked at number 8 in the United States. Excuse me. And yeah, so kind of cool there. Really cool find. And this is on the green EMI label, Son of Rock and Roll. All right. Next up, we got a little bit of Carly Simon from 1980 as well. And this is the Come Upstairs album with the song Jessie on it. Recorded just a few years before her and James Taylor finalized their divorce. Although the song Jessie has nothing to do with him, although it is about a dwindling relationship. It did go to a chart at number 8 in the United States. And she had a slew of hits in the 1970s, of course, with You're So Vain, Mockingbird. And then she would go on to feature a few more hits, definitely, after this in the 1980s. So this one's actually in pretty good condition. The cover's a little bit wonky, but this is on the Warner Brothers label. These are all Canadian pressings as well. All right, next up. This was a blind buy. I had never heard of this guy, Gary Myrick and the Figures. So after doing a little bit of research on him, I mean, this is soft pop, soft rock, kind of a weird back to this album, but kind of cool at the same time. So I'm not sure exactly what that's supposed to be, but this album here did not chart in Canada, did not chart in the United States. There were a few singles, I believe, that were released off of it, but nothing that charted. So got tracks on here: I'm Not a Number, Penetrate My Heart, Romance, Died on Television, No Violence, Living in a Movie, Tattooed on My Forehead, Promises, Promises. So these are some songs I'm going to take a listen to. I'm kind of curious to know what they sound like. So if you are familiar with these guys, please let me know in the comments down below. The only thing that I did find out about Gary Myrick, though, is that he did play guitar on John Waite's No Brakes album in 1984, and that's the album that features the song Missing You, which charted in the States. All right, next up, 1982. I've seen this on other YouTube vinyl channels. And this is ABC's The Lexicon of Love, which had 4 singles released in the United States. And those included The Look of Love, All of My Heart, Tears Are Not Enough, and Poison Arrow, which is probably my favorite track on this particular album. Obviously, In Canada and the United States, ABC would go on to have more, fame with their song When Smokey Sings and Be Near Me. But there's no doubt that this is a great album. ABC's Lexicon of Love. Glad that I was able to pick that up. All right, next up, this is my only mini LP that I actually have in my entire collection. My collection's now sitting at just over 750 records. And this is Missing Persons. It's a 4-track mini LP, but it includes their 2 popular hits here in Canada and North America, Words and Destination Unknown. They failed to crack the top 40, but a lot of people would know the Words song. I played it on my player the other day just to make sure. I wasn't sure how it would sound or what it was like, but yeah, definitely cool to have a 4 mini LP. All right, next blind buy. We have a duo known as Alessi and their album A Longtime Friends. Kind of a plain back with just the lyrics to the songs there. I don't know much about them except that they are a soft pop, soft rock kind of a duo. And this is on, I've never seen this particular label, but Quest. Now there were a few tracks that were released as singles, but they did not really chart in Canada and the United States, such as Jagged Edge and Longtime Friends, the title track. So kind of cool. Looking forward to listening to that. I don't mind some soft rock every now and again, so can't wait to get that on the player. And my last 2 records are definitely more known singers, both in Canada, United States, but especially in the UK. We have a little bit of Paul Young and The Secret of Association. This is the one with the big hit, Every Time You Go Away on it, which charted at number 1 on the US Billboard charts. It also featured the singles I'm Gonna Tear Your Playhouse Down, which also charted in the top 20, and Everything Must Change, which is kind of a mellow, pretty cool song. He would also go on later to have bigger success with his cover of What Becomes of the Broken Hearted by Jimmy Ruffin, and that was featured on the Fried Green Tomatoes soundtrack in the 1990s. All right, so Paul Young, very cool. And then this one here, I was really excited to find. I really do. I like Paul Carrack. This is his album, One Good Reason. Really like Paul Carrack. I like him with Ace. When he was with the band Ace, like him with Mike and the Mechanics. So yeah, and of course he spent a little stint with the band Squeeze. And this is the one that has When You Walk in the Room and Don't Shed a Tear. Don't Shed a Tear fared well in the United States, going to number 9 on the Billboard charts. The other one, When You Walk in the Room, which is my favorite one on this particular album, did not chart. It charted in the top 100, but did not go past the number 90 spot. So really cool tunes. Really like Mike and the Mechanics. Got a couple of them in my collection. So really looking forward to putting this on the player again. All right, so that is it for my vinyl haul, 4-part section of my tour of Timmins when I was there upon my return from Europe. If you like my content and you like this video, you have any comments or anything you want to put forward, just put them down in the link below. Please feel free to subscribe, click the bell, leave a like. We will see you on the next one.